Some people think I'm an alien. Not true.
In terms of production, the thing that's going to be the major challenge for us over the next 6 to 9 months is how do we build a huge number of cars. And frankly, we're going to be in production hell. Welcome. Welcome to production hell. That's going to be where we are for at least 6 months, maybe longer. But you guys know that, you're veterans. I've been through this. So I look forward to working alongside you to journey through hell. And as the saying goes, if you're going through hell, keep going. You're probably wondering, okay, will I be able to charge my car? Well, this is like probably the second most common question I get on Twitter, like, the supercharger is full, what is wrong with you? Why are you such a huge idiot? I'm like, sorry.
Generally, you want to embark on something, it's desirable to figure out if success is at least one of the possibilities.
Right, exactly.
Because for sure failure is one of the possibilities.
Yes.
But ideally you want to try to bracket it and say success is in the envelope of outcomes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't quite sure if that was the case. I think success on an academic level would have been quite likely because you can publish some useless paper, and most papers are pretty useless.
We have a few. Don't take offense. Sorry.
I mean, how many PhD papers are actually used by someone ever? No,
that's a good point.
Percentage-wise, it's not good.
Yeah.
So it could have been one of those outcomes where you add some leaves to the tree of knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that leaf is nope, it's not possible.
For the early people that go to Mars, it'll be far more dangerous. I mean, really, it kind of reads like Shackleton's ad for Antarctic explorers. It's like difficult, dangerous, good chance you'll die, excitement for those who survive, that kind of thing. And I think there's not many people who actually want to go in the beginning, because all those things I said are true. But there'll be some who will, for whom the excitement of the frontier and exploration exceeds the concern of danger. And they will start off building the most elementary infrastructure, just a base to create propellant, a power station, glass domes in which to grow crops, all of the sort of fundamentals, without which you cannot survive. And then really there's going to be an explosion of entrepreneurial opportunity, because Mars will need everything from iron foundries to pizza joints to nightclubs.
Definitely pizza joints.
I think Mars should really have great bars, the Mars bar. I love dad jokes. Huh?
Maybe this is one of those things. Maybe we should realize that you can't hit the switch on something that's going to be able to think for itself and make up its own mind as to whether or not it wants to survive or not, and whether or not it thinks you're a threat. And whether or not it thinks you're useless. Like, why do I keep this dumb, finite life form alive? Why keep this thing around? It's just stupid. It just keeps polluting everything, and shitting everywhere it goes, lighting everything on fire and shooting each other. Why would I keep this stupid thing alive? Because sometimes it makes good music. Sometimes it makes great movies. Sometimes it makes beautiful art, and sometimes it's cool to hang out with.
Yes, all those reasons.
Yeah, for us, those are great reasons.
Yes.
But for anything objective, standing outside, I go, oh, this is definitely a flawed system. This is like if you went to the jungle and you watch these chimps engage in warfare and beat each other over the head with sticks. They're fucking real mean.
They're fucking mean.
They're real mean.
I saw that movie Chimpanzee. I thought it was going to be like some Disney thing. I was like, holy cow.
What movie was that?
It looks pretty cool, Chimpanzee.
Who is it? A documentary?
Yeah, it's kind of like a documentary. I was like, damn, these chimps are mean.
They're mean.
Yeah, they're cruel.
Yeah, they're calculated.
We built the Tesla Roadster, got it into production in 2008, and shipping that car. It's now a collector's item. Then so we built a more affordable car with the Model S. We did that. Again, we were told that's impossible. I was called a fraud and a liar, and it was not going to happen. This is all untrue. Okay, famous last words. Now is we went into production with the Model S in 2012. It exceeded all expectations. There is still, in 2019, no car that can compete with the Model S of 2012. It's 7 years later. Still waiting.
So the basic proposition would be, would you like a roof that looks better than a normal roof, lasts twice as long, costs less, and, by the way, generates electricity? It's like, why would you get anything else? Like, maybe there's a reason, I'm not sure what, but...
That's what the free market... I don't mean to have it in black and white. It's like, it's not so long ago They didn't even have color cameras back then. It was 2010. And we're also building a factory in China, which I'm really excited about. As you can see, this very impressive. Very impressive. A large puddle. It's really just the cost of building the tunnels, and but really, a tunnel's a hole in the ground. Like, how hard can it really be? I mean, just. In the beginning, people said, "Well, you're not going to be able to make a car that looks good and goes fast and has long range." And then we did, and then they said, "Well, nobody's going to buy it." So then, thank you for buying. By the way, so this is a roof that's going to be better looking than a normal roof. It's going to last practically forever. Like, I wanted to have an infinite year warranty, but then the finance department said, well, that's difficult to account for. So I said, well, okay, it's infinite or when your house falls down, whichever comes first. People get the message across. How long of a wait will it be for customers wanting Model 3 and haven't placed a 1K deposit? This will be a long wait. There's a lot of people that have ordered the car. I'm guessing if you put a deposit down on Model 3 now, it's probably, well, it's going to be over a year, end of next year before you get it, something like that. On the other hand, there are more and more deposits every week, so if you want it, then definitely put down the deposit. The line isn't getting shorter.
The Model S, 3, X, and Y. We did some fun things. For example, we added BART mode to the car. In terms of our unique selling points, our is the only car that can park on command. Yeah, so you can, a key feature of this car is you can make it sound like the bark's coming from anywhere in the car.
There are a lot of people out there that have said sort of a car like this is, you know, about as real as a unicorn. Well, today you've had a chance to ride a unicorn.
So perhaps I'd like to start and ask you if you could elaborate a little bit on what we've seen on the video.
Okay, that was quite a lot. Well, I mean, what we're seeing there is, and I just like our communications team put it together, so I just saw it for the first time in the back there. Probably a bit too much
perhaps I'd
slow-mo.
like to start and ask you if you could elaborate a little bit on what we've seen on the video.
Okay, that was quite a lot. Well, I mean, what we're seeing there is, and I just like our communications team put it together, so I just saw it for the first time in the back there. Probably a bit too much slow-mo. We do hire some MBAs, you know, but it's usually in spite of the MBA, not because of it.
This is how it is today. It's pretty bad. So, that sucks, exactly. I just want to be clear, because sometimes some people are confused about this. This is real, okay? And if we do nothing, that's where it's headed, to levels that we don't even see in the fossil record. So this is. Well, I think we collectively should do something about this, and not try to win the
Also
Darwin
have the
Award.
most energy efficient cars in the world. So this is the EPA miles per kilowatt hour, and you can see the Model 3 is at around 4, and then it ranges off to the right. I don't want to pick on the e-tron, but it's, you know, there's room for improvement. So, etron. All right. If you speak French, that's quite funny.
Most of the time, when you look at cars, they're sitting in a parking lot somewhere, and they're not being used. And this has the potential to massively amplify the utility of vehicles and offset the cost of ownership. And it'll be totally up to you when you want to do it or not do it. It's all yours. It will find Pokemon for you. Absolutely. Of course.
report monthly sales and delivery numbers that investors and media kind of guess at all kinds of crazy methods and put out all kinds of bad information. So every OEM reports sales by market. Why not release the number like any other car company?
I think we probably will in the future, but I think once every 3 months and once every month is not a huge difference. I'm not sure how that actually helps, really. It helps if you're in the press and you could write 3 times as many articles instead of 1. Okay.
See, you're educating the press today, so
yeah. So I'm sure. Okay, I can see how that helps if you're a writer, but it's not just not clear how it's helping Tesla.
The reason I asked Pete to do just a detailed, far more detailed than perhaps most people would appreciate, dive into the Tesla full self-driving computer is because at first it seems improbable. How could it be that Tesla, who has never designed a chip before, would design the best chip in the world?
Data-driven from the Associated Press. I'm curious, do you intend to stay at Tesla through the 2020, maybe the 2025 timeframe, or?
I'm not sure I'll even be alive in 2025. Will civilization still be here? I don't know.